It's time to wander down Disney's Main Street with a new set. June 1st is right around the corner, so our shopping list is out, and LEGO makes a big mistake with their next Pokémon sets. All that and more on this week's Breaking News. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brickware, my newest venture into the A-Full merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickware brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore A-Full or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickware page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickware, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Lego.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-Fulls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO has been up to for the past week. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. I'm going to make sure you learn about all the latest LEGO news, and I do that every Friday. So make sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all that, and learn something that you might want to teach your friends, and tell them to come listen to the podcast as well. And if you really want to help, you can become a patron over at my Patreon page, and we have a lovely bunch of people over there that have become the LEGO studs and help support the podcast in the background, and really appreciate all their hard work and help to keep this brand alive. Now for the admin side, I'm going to be out for the weekend, just on a trip. Yeah, it was good. Now it's more of a family trip that we need to do, but we're going to get through it, and everyone's going to be good. But enough on that. On the end of the episode, as we always do, we're going to do a set review. We're going to review a LEGO set and a Rubrickable set. And our first set is set 42652, the Friendship Treehouse Hangout from the Friends line. And then our Rubrickable set is going to be Space Mountain MIDI scale inspired building instructions by Wonderbrick _ design. So make sure to stick around after the news to hear my thoughts on these sets. All right, everyone, let's get into this week's first breaking news story. First up, LEGO has revealed their latest set for the direct-to-consumer Disney lineup. This is set 43302 Main Street, U.S.A. from Disneyland. It did not specify Disney World, and it's 3,899 pieces. It's an 18-plus set, and it cost of $400, and it will be available on June 1st. Now, there is it's interesting. It's a nice set overall, but the problem is it doesn't seem like it's that amount of pieces. They have a total of 4 different buildings here. They've got the general store, an emporium with toys, a fire department, a little popcorn stand, and a bunch of minifigures. And I mean a bunch of minifigures. I think there's a total of like 18. You're going to get Mickey and Minnie, of course, but then we've got the quartet and a fire department, and then we have different tourists with all different gear, such as Mickey Mouse shirts, Star Wars shirts, and then the biggest addition is, I think, the Mickey ears that you can put on top of people's heads, Mickey and Minnie ears, and actually, I think it's only Minnie ears. Now I look at it, well, they do have the Mickey hats and the classic black hat, and then they have the Mickey balloon pieces to go on top. Not transparent, unfortunately, but still, they're pretty cool, and the interiors are fine. It's just it's not deep enough. There's a lot of little details here and there. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Is it worth $400? Compare it with only $100 or 100 pieces less? Maybe. Just for me, they could have done a little bit of a different design for it. And I really still want the goddamn monorail. Give me the goddamn monorail. This is stupid. Do the monorail. You could even done the Haunted Mansion, because that one's also an amazing attraction. Maybe they'll do rides eventually, but a little disappointed. An affiliate of the Bricksets webpage is Minifigures Plus, and they're doing a photo competition right now, building tiny worlds for big stories from the Series 29 of the collectible minifigure series. And you have to use, your minifigures to build a world out of it, captioned between 50 to 250 characters. And you submit it through an email, so admin@minifiguresplus.com with your subject of photographic contest. And it's due by the 1st of June, so you got to get on it. You're going to tag and collaborate with us in the post, include that short story, and prize are the top 3 submissions. So if you're big into photography, you want to build a little world and then explain that world, then you can have a really cool, I guess, prize. I don't actually know what the prize is because, it's first place is $100, second place is $50, third place $25. So I would get on that if you like taking photography already and have the collectible minifigure series 29 to use. So with the new Batman video game out, a lot of people are wondering, how long will it actually take? People do this all the time. They did the Skywalker Saga. A lot of people saying over 3 days or 72 hours to really complete the game. But it seems we're looking at a little bit of a shorter time here. Roughly 13 to 16 hours in total to win the game. Now, it's very much like, what was that? The Horizon Lego game that was very short. I think it was less than 12 hours for that. So you're still getting an enjoyment out of it. And if you're doing all the side quests and all that, then yeah, it's going to take a little bit more time. And most people don't sit down for 16 hours straight to do a game. And it depends on your level of competency and all that. But it's still an enjoyment of 16 hours if you're a Batman fan, a Lego Batman fan, Lego fan, to enjoy this game. Lego and BAFTA are partnering up. They're doing a new collaboration to foster next gen of creativity and individuals focused on innovation. So they've already had their little Blomp, which was the short video with the creatures kind of doing, I think it was a stop motion. And they're continuing to do that, providing new camps and different talent programs at BAFTA to bring in kids. So Katie Campbell, head of the talent, says, "We're delighted to join forces with LEGO Group, who share our belief in that and the transformative power of storytelling. Together, we can provide the creative space needed for children to find their own voices and feel inspired. Ensuing the next generation feels equipped and encouraged to express their own creativity. What better than through video and LEGO?" So look out. Maybe there's something on the way. That video of Blop is out already, but there's probably going to be more. All right, this is some interesting news coming out from the LEGO Pokémon world and Smart Play. Yep. Now think about that, put it all together, and what do you see? Terrible LEGO sets, because they are. Just like they did for Star Wars, they completely butchered these. We had the chance of having Charmander and Geodude in a cool, brick built style or minifigure battle. Nope. They look like shitty square blocks that have, I guess, play bricks in them to make the noises. God, if I know. A little battle piece. Then we've got Jigglypuff Concert, and it's just Jigglypuff that looks more square than round somehow, with some tiny speakers. So and a smart brick. And then Pokemon's Cubone and Gengar's Spooky Showdown. Cubone's actually pretty cute. I'll give it that. But Gengar is terrible, and they did him dirty. Gengar is one of the most popular characters. And to put these three into Smart Play, you fucked up, LEGO. This is so stupid. Don't do Smart Play in this. There, of course, are going to be 18 plus sets. We already had Eevee and the Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, likely getting the Pokeball in the summer for $260. But this is just so bad. I don't know what they're doing. Whatever. Well, LEGO is sunsetting one of their most popular games. 2K Driving is being removed from digital storefronts this week. It launched back in 2023, and it sunsetted on May 19th. I had a bunch of players. It was expected to continue to play on for a lot longer, and I guess that just wasn't as successful. Looks like the servers are still going to get offline play until May 31st of 2027, but it seems that we're not going to continue in the journey of building these really cool cars and racing them around. Did I ever play it? No. But that's because I don't really play that many video games. But I know a lot of people enjoyed it, getting their creations and racing them against other people. Lego did a short feature film for The Mandalorian and Grogu, and it included some shots that, we haven't seen of Lego sets yet. It looks like we have the AT-AT, or AT-AT as you might be calling it, but you shouldn't. It's an AT-AT, and having those in Lego form, which we're expected to get sometime later this summer at about 160, 100, $200. And even the new clone troopers, like the Storm clone troopers that they have in minifigure form. So I expect we'll see all of this as I said, by the end of the summer. The video is funny. You can go check it out on YouTube as they continue to push Mandalorian and Grogu, which I've heard has mixed reviews, but I didn't really expect too much of this. They should have just made it a season 4, and I'll go see it at next week, and I'll let you know. For every Lego game, you want those Lego studs. You want to hit that blue mark where it just pulses like you got all of the Lego bricks from it. And, it's pretty hard. There's a lot of bricks that you need to get. You've got to build a bouncy castle prop, and you got to put it in the Bat Cave, and different stud caches to find, and trying to get all of them. There's a stud magnet 2, hyper combo 2, stud combo duration and speed combos, and then you can boost those numbers to 30,000 studs, and it's just a constant level of trying to get it. There's going to be a lot of guides. You can find them on YouTube, even people just posting them. The best way to grab all the cash. Sure, but still, go enjoy the game. LEGO Speed Champion series continues to expand, as always, and it looks like we got a little sneak peek. BMW did a little teaser of their collaboration to get the M3 E30 into LEGO form. They show some of their 3D prints to show the different screens and different ideas of what the windows look like, because it's changing. They do different window designs to get us excited about new cars because it's adaptive. They're celebrating over 40 years tribute to the motorsport history, the M series, and they posted on BMW's Instagram page. They even have a small video talking about how the M design and the classic vehicles really inspire this Lego creation. And you know what? This is just a short preview. We don't have the official sets yet, but I'm excited to see how they do the front grills, because those are the iconic, like, smaller grill pieces that we see now in pretty much every BMW to really show the face. Hey, that is a BMW once you see it. LEGO's teasing a new Looney Tunes set coming. We already got Bugs Bunny with him eating a carrot and coming out of a rabbit hole, and it's very cute, and we even got the little Tweety bird, but it looks like we're going to get some others, maybe a more blend of different characters, such as Daffy Duck and Tweety bird all coming together. But not sure exactly what. The minifigure series was really cool, and they did a great expansion on it. I don't think I have all of them, but I have quite a few of them. And maybe they'll do even the studio for Looney Tunes, which would be pretty cool. But there's so much that you can do on the buildable character side, as they've been doing for a lot of things. So I expect that's what we'll see here soon for a Looney Tune expansion. Everybody loves the Lego goat, and who doesn't love the goat other than people who are into football, soccer? There's a exclusive goat on the back of a Lego set, a new one. Messi's Lego set, where it's terrible set. It's absolutely stupid. Like standing in front of the crowd, raising his fingers up, which they should just do the middle fingers, because we're very close to doing that. And the number 10. Now the goat on the back shows a different award, and him as the goat with a blue speckled design on the side of the goat, on a white goat with the letters or the numbers 10, because he's the goat. And for people who collect goats, this is one they'll probably want to get, and they'll sell for a lot because no one's going to buy the set, or if they do, that's pretty much all they're going to sell, because that's the only cool part about this. We're getting another Batmobile. Yep, we've had one pretty much every summer now, and we already had some, some of the classic ones that I'm thinking of, just like literally the classic Batmobile. But it looks like we're going to get an updated version of the Batman Returns Batmobile this September at about $220 at 2,272 pieces. And it's going to be alongside some of the things, like I said, the 2019, 1989 Batmobile, and even some of the bigger ones. I'm excited to see this one because it is a iconic one from one of the best Batman movies, and I just don't own any of them, but I know a lot of people collect them, so they'll probably be excited. I can't believe we're talking about this already, but June 1st is right around the corner, which means we have to talk about the sets that you can buy. Our first one, New York City, the Big Apple, $140, and it looks stupid. They should have made the city in color, but it's just in white, gray, blue, and that's it. And then the background is a giant apple that looks like the night sky. Cool. Bluey, we've got 3 sets: Granny and Bingo and Bluey, Grannies and Bingo and Bluey, so that they are the Grannies. If you don't know, Brick Built Bluey Family, The School with Rusty and Bluey. The Brick Built Blueys are the Gilas are interesting. The Grannies are fine, which is disappointing because I love the Grannies. Although I'll probably get those anyways. Botanicals, we got the Woodland Mushrooms, the Water Lilies, and Cosmos Flowers. The best one is the Wild Mushrooms. I think that's a really fun set to have that kind of detail. And Lego stole my idea because I had this on the Bricklink Designer program on Series 1. And we're on Series 11, so that's a long, long time ago. Then we have Brickheads. We've got Toy Story, Megatron, Robot and Vehicle, Alice in Wonderland, Shrek, Donkey, and Gingy figures. The Megatron is pretty cool, but Shrek and Donkey and Gingy are just the best. Chinese Traditional Festival. We've got Prosperity, Carp Leaping. I got those carps leaping around a sign of luck, and then Ancient Moon Gazing Inn. It's fine. There are what they are. City, we've got the back hoe loader and then a mountain bike adventure van. So it's like a travel van. 3-in-1s, the floral decor, perfume bottle, wild animals, majestic lion, iconic pirate ship, wild animals, family of koalas, floral art painting, fashion bag and storage, and forest animals, gray wolf. A lot there. Disney, Beach Fun with Lilo and Stitch, Village House on the Boat, Cinderella Animal Friends Castle, Belle and the Beast Enchanted City, Castle, excuse me. Poe, Kakamura's, the Rapunzel's Mini Tower, Jasmine's Jewelry Box, Stitch and Scrum, Rapunzel's Castle, and Ariel's Royal Wedding Boat. Whew. Duplo's, Frozen Creative Box with Anna and Elsa, Team Spidey Web Quarters, and Pizza Girl with Muffin and Bluey. Fortnite, Tomato Head, Supply Drop, and Kit, and then the Rave Cave, which is their biggest set. I think second biggest set to date with the roller coaster going through it. Friends, we only get Fun Water Park Day. Harry Potter, a lot of them. Harry Potter Crest, Dobby and the Free Elf, Nocturne Alley Wizarding Shops, Hogwarts Castle East Wing, Hogwarts Herbology's Plants, Forbidden Forest Expecto Patronum, and Book Nook Dumbledore's Office, which is one of the best ones. Icons, we get the Road Bike, Sega Genesis console, Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots, and then our largest one, Minas Tirith at $650, which I talked about that before. Ideas, Snoopy's Doghouse, which is very, very cute. Not a huge Snoopy's fan, but it's pretty cool. Jurassic World, we get a Triceratops dinosaur fossil. Marvel, we're getting Spider-Man hero figure, Spider-Man prison, Transport Chase, and Spider-Man versus Hulk Epic Clash. Those are all from the new movie. And then the Shield Helicarrier at $400, which, fine. Minecraft, First Night's Adventure, the Skeleton, the Ender Dragon, Evader, Village Attack, and Gas Station. Speed Champions, Fast and Furious, Toyota Supra Mark IV, Ferrari 499P, Ken Block's 1965 Ford Mustang, Unicorn V1. Star Wars, we get the Imperial Remnant ATRT driver helmet, and then upscale Darth Vader minifigure. Those are also pretty cool. And then our last things is Technic, Fast and Furious, Mitsubishi Eclipse, Fast and Furious, Dodge Charger RT, Bugatti Chiron Per Sport, and the Mercedes-Benz Unmag U 5023 with Crane. Whew, that was a lot of them. And I hope that you understood all the things I said, but there's quite a few sets coming out this June, so you can go check those out at your Lego store. Lego just teased a new Mario set coming. We've got Donkey Kong. Not sure exactly what we're going to get, but I really hope it's the video game where Donkey Kong's throwing the barrels down. They did that, a great build when they did the original Nintendo system, and then they did the Pac-Man, so why not have this? And it's the 45th anniversary of it on July 9th. So I expect we're going to see this for a July release. So fingers crossed we get something cool like that, or a buildable figure of Donkey Kong, because the Bowser one was pretty cool too. Lego sets were made to be robotic or movable. At least I think so. And so did a famous YouTuber. He decided to take Wall-E and the R2-D2 robot and turn them into movable creations. Using the Crestplay 2, spent several days using this and 3D printing components so that he could build the character to be controlled by a PS4 controller. There's a whole YouTube video online that shows the interactions and how he built it. It's at Crossplay 2, as I said, not the things I used, but that's what he is the creator of. So you can go check out his really fun builds and the enjoyment of creating Wall-E in an RC form. I hope that more people have this kind of ingenuity and get out there and make sure that like this is an inspiration to do it yourself. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you all so much for tuning into this week's podcast. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, and come back next week for more breaking news. And now hang around because we're going to be talking about our sets we're going to be reviewing. Our first one is from the Friends line. It's set 42652, Friendship Treehouse Hangout. It's going to be an A+ set at 701 pieces and $60. So a pretty good piece count ratio there. That's 10 cents per piece. And the treehouse itself is it's very cool because it has a total of 4 different doll figs. And then we've got a little raccoon creature. I think there's a bird as well. And I always wanted a treehouse as a kid, and this is a really fun one where you've got the main structure as the tree, but they've actually built the treehouse not only on the side of the tree, but in the tree itself. There's a ladder that you can climb up, and then there's a central pink door on the first level because there's 2 levels. And then above on the second floor, it's more of a balcony style. There's even a little dumbwaiter to lift up different things, and there's a slide that rolls down it. They did a great job using the integration of the plant pieces to make it look like a tree, and just an awesome treehouse itself where, the branch is not going to hold it. So they even have like a little branch piece to it. Then they've got one of the figures is like a construction worker, or has a helmet on as they saw through wood to continue building their treehouse. And then you can adapt it. They even have the different panels that you can upgrade or change. So like one side of the treehouse could have a rounded front section or a windowed section. You can replace them as you go. It does have 22 reviews at 4.8 stars or 4.9, I think. So you can go and check out the link in the description if you're interested in purchasing that. And now moving on to our Rubricable set. This is Space Mountain MIDI scale inspired building instructions by wonderbrick_design. It's 1,763 pieces, and it'll cost you €9 to get the instructions for it. Now, this is from the original classic of Space Mountain. In Disney World, it's all white, but this one is different colors. It's got turquoise, gold, red, yellow, and it just looks amazing. It's got the full launch tube that shows like that's where you would launch into space. And then it is a circular form. And they've done a great job where they've leveled it just right so that it sits in a square block section, but then it tapers up to that main structure. I highly recommend you do a quick comparison between this and the actual Lego and the actual building. And then you can actually open the interior and it shows your little, like a little planet, a spaceship, and a moon, and so many fun little details. Not a ton, but enough that I think a lot of people who love Space Mountain would love this set. So go check that out. And that's it. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you coming and enjoying it. And I will leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.